So the last 10 things I see. Any popular sites for finding a tandem partner? I answered that. If you had any questions, I saw a couple. Post them again if you're still here. If you're gone, you're gone. I did Google it. What's your opinion about the origin of German? Did it originate from Sanskrit? Arun, I honestly do not care. I'm not a linguist, not a Germanist. The origin of my German is from me being born here and my parents talking to me, and I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, it's a beautiful topic to dive into, but I'm too old to start this kind of research. Yeah, and whether it starts from Sanskrit, it is definitely related to some Indian language because it's an Indo-Germanic language, or that's a category people have found. So there must be quite some similarities between these language groups, but whether that includes Sanskrit or not, I can't say. I haven't studied it. Yeah. Thank you, Hank. Does it make sense to do a tandem and speak only German, like fight against using English to help? I feel like if I speak English during tandem, the purpose of speaking German gets lost. Absolutely, you can agree that, and I would actually agree that. If an occasional English word slips out, I wouldn't really bother. But a tandem means you really set a timer for, I would say, 10 minutes. Talk only in German in these 10 minutes. And the other one can take notes. You can take notes if you want, but don't get lost in that because conversation requires eye contact and a certain flow. And afterwards, you discuss that in English, in a language that you understand, if that's possible. That's the other downside. If you really just don't have a common language that allows you to this conversation, then the analysis is actually limited. I didn't consider that at that time. Yeah. So as you can see, you have both limited means to communicate, to share things about how things should be. Why would you bother with that? It's really practicing. And the rest you do with your teacher or your online course or whatever you do right now. Yeah. But the question comes always when you come to Germany and on the streets or with people you meet, you start speaking German and they switch to English. What should I do? Nobody can force you to speak English with them. You cannot force the other one to speak German with you. If they just don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. If you, for example, come here and your German is not on par, is not good enough to have a fluent conversation and it's a drag, I will not speak German with you. Yeah, I'm not a German tutor in my free time. And even as a German tutor, I possibly wouldn't bother with that. So you need to prepare. If you're not prepared, I'm not giving you my time. And this is an absolutely legitimate attitude towards anyone you meet. So, but you can still try. Yeah, you can still try to speak German. You can also say, hey, I would like to practice my German. Is it okay for you if I continued? You can answer in any language you want. Yeah. I experienced that today. We went to two Argentinian friends who spoke, let's say, roughly B2 level German, a bit weaker maybe. And first 20 minutes we were speaking in German, all four of us. And then at one point I could see the shift. I think maybe I used an English sentence just out of habit because I mix a lot. And then the conversation shifted. And I then switched back to German, but nevertheless, yeah. There's maybe also a limit to when you actually had enough and then you take a break. But maybe you can push that limit to a couple of minutes every time you speak. Yeah. So you said that we have to practice for 140 hours of speaking in German before giving B1 exam. Are you suggesting one should do this after going through your A1 B1 course? No, Subhajit. So first of all, with my course, you do the preaching, you do the secretary technique, you will have quite a few hours of speaking already, and you will get feedback with the tools I suggest. I just looked for a number and I found some article about second language instructions on Cambridge Journal or something. Just wanted a number, and it might be 140, might be 100 for some, might be 200 for others, or 300. These numbers always have to be taken with a grain of salt. What I wanted to show you is that it can cost you up to $1,400 US or euro. Yeah, it can also cost you a minimum of 1,000 if you pay for it. That's all. Forget these numbers. People always cling to numbers because, you know, they give a fake feeling of identity, of security. Any number the more precise the number, the more people think, oh, that's a true number. But it's actually fake. It's a common trick. Yeah, it's really just symbolic. Everything like with the colleague thing, it's an idea I try to submit to you, convey to you. Yeah, so you speak enough. And if you speak with the system or the principle like I showed today and like I show in my courses. I'm at A1 level. If I take your courses, can I get to B1 in 3 months? It depends. Who are you? Where are you already? Are you at A1 level? Well, what does it mean? 1 month of tuition, 3 months, 6 months? What's your native language? English is there. How old are you? What's your education? How many hours a day do you have? What are you studying with? If you want to work with my course. Yeah, there's plenty of, the question is, why do you need to get there in 3 months? I would always question that goal, because why not do it in 6 months? If someone wants to go to B1 in very short time, it's usually because they want to get it over with. And it might not always be that obvious, because you might think, yeah, but then I can study quicker. I can go to Germany quicker. And I understand that. But in the end, what you're neglecting is you go to a restaurant, you pay 200 euro for a wonderful 3-star, 5-course menu. And you say, but please bring it quickly. Yeah, because I just need the nourishment. I just need the calories and the vitamins. So we don't have to drag this along. You have a wonderful dinner in front of you with learning a language. And it's not only knowledge, it's also an experience. I wouldn't motivate you to miss out on that. And theoretically, you can get to B1 in 3 months. The question is, what quality will that be? Yeah, you can pass a B1 exam in 3 months easily, if you are that type of learner, which I cannot say by just seeing your name and a sentence. Yeah. I missed your answer to my question because of my connectivity. Request to give a brief answer once more. Then repeat the question, Sahid. Yeah? Because otherwise I have to look for it. Yeah. If you're a member of Smarter German, paying member of Smarter German, you only pay once. Yeah? Just to make that clear. Then you get access to the Smarter German community. And there you can post such requests. There's also, I think, something in a channel for learning groups or language exchange partners. Yeah? Can I have a 4-star meal quickly? Yes, but that's it. It's easier to get admission in German taught program without any experience after bachelor's, because that's what I'm looking for learning. That's okay. But you also have to think, if you want to build a house, it's very easy to build a quick house that protects you for some light rain and light weather. But the moment the weather gets serious with you, your lighthouse will not hold up. And the same with language learning, with anything actually. Yeah? A quick fix is usually just that, a quick fix, and also a very short-lived fix. If you take your time and really have a solid base of German, then your German taught studies will actually be successful. Just to let you know, 50% of foreign students in Germany go home before time. There's many reasons for that. But one very clear reason is language issues. Learning a language while studying, some people make that mistake, and also cultural issues. Yeah, studying in Germany is a completely different experience than studying in any other country. For the better or the worse. Yeah, I'm not saying it's better in any way. How about a B1 crash course? What do you mean, Rio? What needs to know to reach A1 level in German? Hector, that's a longer question. I'm working on a pure A1 course. Once that is ready in 2 months from now, that will be my answer. Yeah, I can just say to you, Hector Luis, grammar is the least of your problems. Start learning vocabulary. Start learning 800 to 1,000 words, you'll be fine. Yeah? And take it from there. And then see what the internet spits out, or work with my course, the first 18 lessons, and once you're through that, you'll be fine. Any popular sites for finding a tandem partner? Sahid, yes, So if you watch the replay tomorrow and scroll to almost the end before the Q&A, there was a QR code, Q&A code, yeah. And you can also look up my article on my blog, smartergerman.com/blog or smartergerman.com, and then click on blog. And there look for tandem in the search box, and then you find my article. I still learn with the crash course, but I don't know what you mean by crash course, Rio. I will have my B1 exam on April 12. So I don't have a crash course. A crash course means a very intense time of studying all skills. What I have is a strategy course, which is called the B1 exam hacking course, which I can only recommend to you if you only have a month left to prepare. It shows you how to think in an exam, how to make best use of what you already know. It will not teach you any German whatsoever. It will show you how the exams go, the principles of any exam worldwide, and how you can prepare for that. Yeah? And you have 30 days of money back guarantee. Yeah, so if you realize this is not for you, just send me an email and I give you your money back. How do you recommend preparing for the B1 exam? That's exactly that, Juan, what I said, the B1 exam hacking course. All my recommendations are in that hacking course. That's why I made it, because it's a classical question. Yeah, go through that. That course is very down to earth. Hacking an exam, something very doable. Okay. If there's any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, I call it an early evening. I have another appointment in a couple of minutes anyhow. So, but we have 5 more minutes. Katik asked when my new course is starting. Katik, this is I only offer online courses. Any course that requires you to be at a certain time, at a certain place, or a certain place I cannot avoid, you need a computer. But anytime, like anything live, I cannot recommend. Why would you do that to yourself? You're possibly in India, the name is an Indian name, right? So it's 3.5 hours or 4.5 hours of time difference. And it might not fit your day. Why not work with something that is from this century actually and allows you to learn whenever you want, whenever you are actually aware and awake and can take in information? Check out my course. It starts whenever you are ready and it ends whenever you want it to end. Yeah, and it only costs you once and then you are free. You can take your whole life to work with my course. You can also choose to pay in installments. Installments are not a subscription. They just say the one big sum, it's not too big though, can be separated into 12 payments. Then you pay for 12 months and then you are fine. Now take things easy. So what I want for you, for all learners, is that you are not feeling under pressure that, oh, if I take another month in this school, I have to pay even more. It's a horrible approach. Who thinks of that? There's people who learn fast and learn less fast. And yeah, and if you go to a live teacher, of course, they want to eat. They need a house and a Mercedes, yeah, and a golden bathtub. And then you have to pay for that, of course. But we live in the 21st century. We have the internet. Make use of it. Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, see, Michelle. Yeah, how do you say that? Besser spät als nie. Yeah, rather late than never. But you're welcome and nice to have you there. That's also nice. How do I get a private teacher? I don't recommend private teachers. It's unless you have way too much money. The cheap ones are questionable in quality and also in motivation, and they might be burnt out, even though they might not really need that much money if they live in Thailand and live on the beach. Why do you want a private teacher? What do you want to get from that? Why don't you work with me? Yeah, go to my first lesson of my Smarter German A1 to B1 course. Go through it and see how beautiful learning can be without a teacher. People who come, who meet me after years in Berlin, maybe they make a trip here and I meet them, of course, if they let me know. I say, hey, Michael, it feels like I've known you for years, like I had a private tutor for years. They haven't spoken to me maybe before. I'm just there in videos and I give responses to questions here and there still, of course, because I want to see what's up. So give my course a try. Save your money, save your time. Private teachers, and try private teachers by all means, and put me to the test. Yeah, I've been a private teacher. I've charged shitload of money for teaching, really shitload. But I can't do that anymore. My course covers the needs of 99% of all German learners. Maybe 90, let's be more humble, but it's still good. Yeah. Go to my homepage top and take a look. It depends on where you live, and it depends on whether you want to pay once or you want to pay in 3, 6, 12 installments. Make the effort to go to smartergerman.com. Will the fact that your course has no live classes be a problem? Some bit so far, I don't think so. I would see live classes you have here, right? You can join. Sometimes I also talk about grammar, but this quarter I actually focus on topics like this. A little bit of philosophy and psychology. So now, take a look whether it's a problem. Find out for yourself. What would I tell you? Don't take my course. It will cause you problems. Yeah, I've created the course from the heart with all my soul, and you will feel that or you won't. I almost quit because I almost burned out. I kept attending your webinar, and somehow it helps me calm down with the language and try to learn it. And I'm happy to hear that, Rio. Yeah. Can we quit after a month if it doesn't work, or have to complete paying? You can quit within the first 30 days. If it's day 31, you are in. You have to pay the rest. It's a contract, and I cherish that contract. I'm rough on that. So you cannot just stop. But 30 days, if you don't know whether it's good for you within the first 30 days, please cancel. Yeah, because either it's clear or it's not. So 30 days, test it, put a date in your calendar. This is the latest day by which I have to send Michael an email, and you get the money back. If it's day 31, there's nothing I can do because you're not making the contract with me directly. I can just push a button, refund, and I will do so without hesitation. Yeah? Thank you, Chandra. If there's anything unclear, read the FAQ, frequently asked questions, on any sales page you can find, or reach out to me. I'd be happy not to receive an email because I don't like emails. But if you have to write one, I'll respond. Yeah, within latest 48 hours. If you don't hear from me by then, remind me. Not at all. Try the free lesson. You will understand how the course works. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to completing A1 to B1 to take advantage of tandem. Yeah. Near the end, Ronald, you might also try. Give it a try and see whether it goes well for you. Yeah, always try. I can only give advice, and life is so vast and so various. Who am I to say this is the truth and the only truth? But I want you to be aware of things. That's all. If you're aware, chances are higher that you actually benefit from the things you do. Yeah. Thank you, Daniel. Same will. It's the same reason for me. I do this to feel connected. Last question, because I have to go. If I take your course and have a major doubt about a topic, how can I get rectified as soon as possible? First of all, as soon as possible means, in my case, within 24 hours, in worst case 48 hours, because you're learning German. You will not die if a question is unanswered. If you pay for my course, you get access to the community, which is a huge database. So you just use it like Google, but you hopefully find more qualified answer there. Let's say, I don't understand, why is it in die Stadt? You Google in die Stadt, you search in die Stadt in the community, you find an answer. And if within 3 minutes you don't find an answer, you check 2-3 articles, you just post a questionnaire there yourself, and I check that once a day and respond. Very simple. Yeah. I will also teach you a wonderful calming technique that will help you with 99% of all the questions you might ever have. It's a beautiful technique, trust me. Yeah, has saved many, many lives. Yeah, überlegst dir in Ruhe, Fei. Yeah, oh good. Thank you all for being here. It's a pleasure. And if you have any feedback on this webinar, feel free to write me an email. There's a rating as well at the end. Don't please be honest. Yeah, I don't want to be pleased. I can do that myself. Yeah. Have a lovely evening, and enjoy your German learning, and enjoy your life. It's short. Take care. Ciao.